Clowns had always been a source of terror for me. The exaggerated expressions, the eerie laughter, and the garish makeup sent shivers down my spine. But life had a twisted sense of humor, and it led me to confront my deepest fear head-on. Burdened by debts and desperate for employment, I reluctantly accepted a job offer from the enigmatic Circus of Fear. This circus was unlike anything I had ever encountered before. The tents stood ominously in pitch-black darkness, adorned with mysterious symbols that seemed to come alive in the dim light. The performers moved with an unsettling grace, their eyes fixated on me as I cautiously made my way through the camp. "Welcome to the family," Harper, the ringmaster, greeted me with a smile that failed to reach his eyes. His face was obscured by the long shadow cast by his top hat, making it difficult to discern his true intentions. "You'll be working with the clowns. They're special." My heart plummeted as I caught sight of the clowns. I hesitated, unable to voice my concerns out of fear. Harper guided me towards a small trailer located on the outskirts of the camp, indicating it as my living quarters. "Feel free to settle in," he mentioned. While unpacking my few possessions, the sound of eerie laughter echoed from outside, sending shivers down my spine. I reminded myself that I had taken this job out of necessity. The following day, I encountered the clowns for the first time. There were 5 of them, each more unsettling than the previous one. Their faces were adorned with bizarre, chaotic designs, and their eyes held a crazed glint that made me uneasy. Bozo, the leader, sported a perpetual grin that seemed unnaturally etched onto his face. "Greetings," Bozo greeted me in a chilling whisper. "We've been anticipating your arrival." I mustered a smile and nodded in response. The clowns proceeded to introduce me to their routines and tricks, appearing amiable on the surface but emanating an unsettling vibe that lingered in the air. As the days went by, I couldn't help but notice the peculiar occurrences that unfolded before my eyes. The clowns, with their painted faces and colorful costumes, would vanish for extended periods, only to reappear with an eerie, distant expression in their eyes. Whispers of forbidden rituals and the sight of enigmatic symbols etched into the earth around our camp sent shivers down my spine. The other performers, gripped by an undeniable fear, kept their distance from the clowns, their gazes filled with trepidation. One restless night, plagued by curiosity, I made the daring decision to tail the enigmatic jesters. Stealthily, I trailed behind them, ensuring my presence remained concealed. They led me deep into the heart of the dense woods, where a clearing bathed in the ethereal glow of torchlight awaited. In the center of this mystical enclave stood an ancient stone altar, its surface stained with the crimson hue of blood. My heart pounded in my chest as I bore witness to the clowns commencing a chant in an unfamiliar tongue. Their movements became frenzied and chaotic as they danced around the altar, their painted faces contorted with an unsettling fervor. Suddenly, Bozo, the ringleader of this macabre spectacle, stepped forward, clutching a gleaming knife in his hand. With a chilling determination, he raised the blade high above his head before swiftly bringing it down, sacrificing a small creature upon the blood-soaked altar. The crimson liquid flowed freely, mingling with the haunting chorus of the clown's chants, which grew louder and more intense with each passing moment. My mind reeled with a mixture of terror and disbelief as I stood there, a silent witness to this unholy ceremony. Out of nowhere, a chill swept through the air, sending shivers down my spine. The once serene clearing now felt suffocating as an ominous presence enveloped it. Gasping for air, I struggled to breathe under the weight that pressed against my chest. In a panic, I stumbled backward, desperately trying to escape the clutches of this eerie atmosphere. However, my attempt was futile as I unintentionally stepped on a twig, causing it to snap with a resounding crack. Time seemed to freeze as the clowns, frozen in their tracks, turned their heads in perfect unison, their piercing gazes fixated on me. Among them, Bozo's eyes locked onto mine, and a malevolent grin crept across his face, sending chills down my spine. "It appears we have an unwelcome visitor," he hissed, his voice dripping with sinister intent. Without a moment's hesitation, I turned on my heels and sprinted away, my heart pounding in my chest like a wild drum. Their haunting laughter echoed through the trees, fueling my adrenaline as I raced towards the safety of the camp. Bursting through the camp's entrance, I gasped for breath, desperately seeking refuge. With a sense of urgency, I made a beeline for Harper's trailer, knowing that I could trust her to listen and understand the horrors I had just witnessed. He appeared unsurprised by the revelation, calmly stating, "I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. The clowns, they're not human." I stared at him in shock. "What do you mean?" According to him, these clowns were ancient entities cursed to the circus, requiring blood to retain their human appearance. The unsettling truth about their need to feed on blood explained the constant movement from one town to another. Feeling a wave of nausea, I questioned why he hadn't warned me earlier. Harper's response hinted at a deeper involvement, suggesting that I had a significant role to fulfill amidst this eerie circus. Before I could grasp the full extent of his words, the door suddenly burst open, revealing the menacing clowns. In a swift motion, Bozo seized me, his grip unyielding as he declared my fate to join their twisted family. Despite my futile struggles, the clowns dragged me back to the ominous clearing, where the altar awaited, drenched in fresh blood. Bound and helpless, I watched as Bozo loomed over me, his knife glinting ominously in the dim light. As he whispered reassurances of destiny, I closed my eyes in a desperate plea for salvation. The sharp pain that followed was swiftly followed by an engulfing darkness, leaving me to wonder if a miracle would intervene in this nightmarish ordeal. As I opened my eyes, I found myself back in the camp, lying inside the trailer. Something felt off, a strange sensation coursing through my body. My skin prickled with an unusual tingling, and my senses seemed to be on high alert. Curiosity got the better of me, and I turned to face the mirror. What I saw made my breath catch in my throat. My eyes, once ordinary, had transformed into the same eerie, gleaming orbs possessed by the clowns. Panic surged within me, and I stumbled outside, only to be greeted by Harper and the rest of the clown troupe. Bozo, with a sinister grin, uttered those chilling words, "Welcome to the family." I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. It dawned on me then, the horrifying truth. I had become one of them, forever bound to the circus, condemned to wander the earth and feast upon the innocent. The Circus of Fear moved on to the next unsuspecting town, taking me along as their newest member, my heart heavy with dread for the unspeakable horrors that lay ahead. The townsfolk remained oblivious to the malevolence that had arrived at their very doorstep, while the clowns eagerly prepared for their next macabre feast, leaving me trapped in a never-ending nightmare with no hope of escape.